Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm exploring the option of combining 25 frames per second cinematic looking video with a smooth high frame rate 50 frames per second FPV drone flying video, and I'll try to combine this together into one timeline. Now the reason why I want to use 50 frames per second for FPV and 25 for the cinematic shots is because, well, cinematic shots need to be at a slower frame rate with that 1/50th of a second shutter speed to give it that nice motion blur, as you can see right here. But if I then add on top a video clip which is with 50 frames per second, you can see the transition, and it's kind of distracting going from that cinematic look to that really gaming style of video footage. Now, for the FPV drone flying videos, I find them much more pleasing if they are at a higher frame rate because they kind of immerse you into the shot. If it's just played back at 25 frames per second, then, you know, if it's a fast-paced video, so it's really distracting. You can actually see the frames as they jump around because everything is moving fast, and, you know, it's not dynamic, you know, it's cinematic, and cinematic motion should be slow and gradual, not really hectic and, you know, wild. So the big trick is how to transition between 25 and 50 and then back to 25 without it being a distraction. Now, in order to do this, I need to output this video on a 50 frames per second timeline, and you can see this down below where you can set your resolution for the video playback. You can see that it says 50p, so 50 frames per second progressive. Progressive means that it's for digital broadcast, to put it simple. And now if I play a 25 frames per second video on a 50 frames per second timeline, my editing software, which I use Davinci Resolve Studio 17, actually duplicates every frame. So now I have 50 frames in 1 second, but they're all kind of duplicates. So twice the amount of frames, but they're duplicates of those 25s. This is how I can actually play back a 25 frames per second video on a 50 frames per second timeline, and it looks okay. But as I said, the trick now is to transition between 25 to 50 without it being a distraction. So I can do this in two ways. I can start the 50 frames per second video with 25 frames per second, so basically slowing it down to 50%, and then gradually speeding it up. But I need to match that speed up with the motion of the video, so maybe a dive or maybe a loop or something like that, so that it's not that obvious that I'm speeding up the video. And I also need to do this for the slow down just as well. So it's really going to be hard to actually match the clips together, and I'll have to pre-think what I need to record for, you know, for it to kind of work, so that I have the clips where I can speed up and slow down the drone footage videos. The second way I can do this is by actually pre-rendering the drone footage on a 25 frames per second timeline in real time, basically throwing away every other frame, and then blending in on top of that a 50 frame per second video. So it kind of seamlessly transitions from starting at 25 and then switching to 50 kind of seamlessly. It needs to be long enough, I think, so it's not really obvious. But there I don't have any speed of the drone or speed of the video difference. So basically I'm starting at the same speed as I'm then transitioning into, and then if I go back, I do the same thing. I switch from a 50 frames per second video to a 25, so it's kind of just blending it with a 25 frames per second, and then the next clip would be the classical cinematic, 25 frames per second. So let me know in the comment sections what you guys think. Is that something that I can work on? Do you find it interesting? Now, do you find FPV drone flying with higher frame rates much more intuitive or much more kind of immersive? I mean, that's for me kind of the cool thing about the whole FPV drone flying, and you should try it because it's really awesome. Let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Miro. I do photography and videography related stuff like this. I try different things and, you know, just pass on the knowledge to you guys. And all of you like the video, and most importantly, comment. You know, the comments are what makes me happy the most, because then I know that we're kind of engaging and having a debate down below. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.